Okay, we've all been there, right? You give an AI a prompt and boom, it absolutely nails it on the first try. It feels like magic. But then you ask for one little tweak and the whole thing just falls apart. So what is going on? And more importantly, how do we fix it?
So there you are. You've got this initial win. The AI just gets you. The output is sharp, it's useful, and you're thinking, great, now I can build on this. You feel like you've totally cracked the code.
But then you go in and you ask for a small change, something simple. Make it a little shorter or change the tone. And just like that, poof, the magic is gone. The quality just nosedives, and you're left scratching your head wondering what on earth went wrong.
I call this the downward spiral. It's that frustrating cycle where you keep trying to refine the prompt, asking for little improvements, but instead of getting better, the output just gets more blah, more vague, more generic. And this is what that looks like in practice. The response completely loses its focus. All those sharp, key details get watered down, and it becomes so generic that it's basically useless. You know, the exact opposite of what you wanted when you said, make it better.
And here's the most infuriating part, right? You feel like you've got no choice but to just scrap the whole conversation, open a new chat, and try to recapture that initial spark from square one. What a massive waste of time and energy.
But what if I told you the problem isn't actually the AI? That this isn't about some random, inconsistent behavior? No, there's a much more fundamental reason why your prompts are breaking the second you try to refine them. It's really easy to just blame the AI, isn't it? To think it's just being flaky. One minute it's a genius, the next it can't follow a simple instruction. It feels like you're just rolling the dice every time.
But that's not what's happening. The real problem is that your first prompt, the one that worked so well, it was never built to be changed. You're trying to adjust something that didn't have a solid foundation to begin with.
Okay, so let's dig into the mechanics of this. There are three main structural leaks, if you will, in a weak prompt. And these leaks are what cause it to fall apart the moment you ask for a change.
And this image here really gets to the heart of it. A truly great prompt isn't just about getting a good first answer. It's about building a solid framework, a strong foundation that can actually handle edits and refinements without collapsing.
So these are the three culprits. 9 times out of 10, your prompt is breaking down in one of these areas. Either your constraints are too loose, the context is missing, or you haven't told the AI what format you want the answer in. First up, unclear constraints. Look, if you don't put up some guardrails, like a word count or a specific tone, or maybe things to not include, the AI is just going to start to drift. With every new request, it wanders a little bit further from your original goal.
Next is incomplete context. The AI doesn't know who your audience is or why you're even asking for this unless you tell it. Without that background info, every single response it gives you is just a new guess based on a slightly different and probably wrong interpretation of what you need.
And finally, the output format. If you don't specify how you want the information back, as a table, a step-by-step list, a JSON object, the AI is just going to give you a big old block of text. And that text just gets messier and more disorganized with every single edit. But here is the good news. You do not have to abandon the conversation and start all over. The fix is actually pretty simple. Instead of rewriting everything from scratch, you just need to go back and reinforce the structure. So this is how you fix it. You salvage the prompt. You go back into that conversation and you explicitly tighten your constraints, you clarify the context, and you define the output format. You're basically just plugging those leaks we talked about. And here is a perfect practical example. Asking to make this better is just a guess. The AI has no idea what better means to you. But the prompt on the right? That's a guide. It gives clear context for a beginner audience, a tight constraint, limit to 5 bullet points, and a defined format. Bullet points with a practical tone. See the difference? And when you do this, something amazing happens. The response actually improves, for real this time. And you didn't have to throw everything out and start over. You've successfully guided the AI right to the finish line.
This all really boils down to a fundamental mindset shift in how we work with these tools. It's about moving from being a passive user who's just hoping for the best to becoming an active director who's in control.
So, the old way is just trying a bunch of different prompts and hoping one of them sticks. That's just guesswork. The new way is about intentionally controlling the output by building a well-structured, well-defined prompt from the start. That is guidance. So how do you actually get into the habit of building these strong, adjustable prompts right from the get-go? Well, to make it really easy for you, I've put together a simple framework that shows you exactly how to do it.
It's a short, super practical guide that you can download for free. The link is right below. It'll walk you step by step through building these robust prompts that don't break.
If this way of thinking about prompts helped you out, definitely grab that free guide, and hey, consider subscribing, because I'm going to be building on these ideas a lot more in the next few explainers. Thanks so much for watching.